Welcome back, friends, with more Arcane. This is episode 4. Last week was so painful. Vi and Powder, these two sisters that we're really rooting for, got separated. Powder's taken in by Silco. Clagger's dead. Milo's dead. Vander's probably dead. I won't close the door completely on him still being alive, but he's probably dead. And Powder definitely blames herself for it. So much raw emotion last time. Jace and Victor, meanwhile, figured out Hextech, so that's going to change the landscape of things in Piltover and in the Undercity as well. I cannot wait to see how this continues to play out. Let's get into it. Full reactions can be on Patreon in the link in the description below. Leave a like, really helps with the channel. Subscribe, and let's get started. This cute little thing that's like 300 years old. Heimerdinger.
Our city is about to turn 200 years old. A bicentennial.
It's shaping up to be an amazing Progress Day.
Progress Day.
The council has recommended you give the Progress Day speech this year.
Wow.
But you always give that speech.
Feels like we
I could never
had a pretty big time skip.
Your Hex Gates, have done wonders for our city. Brought
Hex
scholars
Gates.
from distant lands. People love a grand reveal.
Victor and I have just the thing. The next chapter of Hextech. Come to the lab this afternoon, I'll show you.
I'll look forward to it.
Wow.
You certainly have something to live up to, my boy.
And to think, just a little while ago, he was gonna be exiled. Oh, this really reminds me of Lindblum in Final Fantasy IX. Look it up and you will agree with me. Oh, wait. They're using it to... Damn. Very steampunk. Incredibly steampunk. There's even a monocle.
Jace Tallis, the visionary behind the Hex Gates.
Oh, you took him in again? Oh, he's dreamy. Oh. Aww. They're friends again. Yay.
You still avoiding her?
I'm working.
Oh, I can see that.
As an enforcer?
There's so much. I'm giving the big address tonight.
We really have to send it to Anarchy.
Fun hurting the drunkards.
Her hair color changed. Progress. This drunk's always... Oh, and they're on a small little airship. Oh, that's the guy from the opening. Could be a girl. Don't know. Wearing a mask. Oh. This is the guy that... First guy that Vi knocked out last episode. Firelights? Whoa. Jeez.
Never seen this much shimmer before.
They're expanding. Check for more below.
They were keeping them in vials before. Now it's by the barrel. Ooh. Powder. Or I guess I should call her Jinx. A little monkey. Swing. Boom. Oh, damn. They're dead, right? Powder. Her toys definitely work now. What? No.
I can't lose you.
Oh man. Just seeing things. Oh. Powder.
You are supposed to guard the cargo.
She's very cool, but I also don't like seeing her like this. I just want her and Vi to find each other.
We stabilized the crystal like they asked. Built the Hex Gates like they asked. It's our turn to decide the future of Hextech.
Huh. Oh.
Professor, Hextech was supposed to bring magic into the life of the common man, and now it finally can.
Whoa. It's distilled, it's
A Hextech
refined.
gemstone.
That is a huge step. Wow. Refined.
Sprockets.
Holy sprockets.
The next chapter of Hextech.
That looks like something
We can
Vi
now
could use.
design- The gemstone can power virtually anything.
It's like an arc reactor. Yikes.
Let's go.
Hex claw. A mechanical arm.
Whoa, Doc Ock.
Powerful ray of light.
Oh, wow, that is some good control. Oh, maybe not.
Obviously, there are a few kinks to iron out and screws to be tightened, but give it a decade of careful research.
A decade.
And it will be ready.
A decade. She's doing the investigating. I always say ACAB, but I like Caitlyn. This is a fictional world. It's fine, right? She can see it all. Oh, still here.
You're from the Undercity.
I can't. He'll kill me.
Who? I can protect you.
I don't think so.
Experiment. Interfering in an investigation again. Since you're looking for more work, you can take the graveyard shift tonight at the fair.
Yes, sir.
Good.
The last drop still running.
She fired on us.
There are always mishaps in battle.
Silco took it over.
That's what. It was your job to make sure things went smoothly. You failed. Don't disappoint me again.
She's a jinx to even her new employers.
The topsiders are leaving us further and further behind.
Yeah.
What happened?
She already told you.
Your sister's
What?
gone.
What
You
is...
know that as well as I do.
Sisters, right? You can't live with them, can't stuff them back in the old baby maker.
What the heck? Oi! What is this weird relationship they
We'll
have?
clean up today's mess.
Savika? That ogre couldn't clean a dust bunny with a blowtorch.
She'll suffice.
It's Heimerdinger. He thinks we need more time.
It's Progress Day. Representatives from all over the world have come to see what new wonders the City of Progress has to offer. There's
Speech.
a time to
Speech.
present a new creation.
Speech.
It is now. I've already spoken to several potential investors.
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 Everyone wants Hextech for themselves.
He doesn't want to do it for others.
Give the people a glimpse of the future.
He wants to do it for Piltover, not to sell it.
It wasn't her. It wasn't.
It wasn't. What the
It was
heck?
just
Oh my god.
Savika will
What
clean-
the heck? Powder. Jinx.
Oh, I'm gonna show him. Y'all see.
Just drops bombs randomly off this place.
You should come up with me. We're partners. No, not in front of all of them.
That was suggestive. He's gonna disregard his speech.
Guess it's time.
Go off. Improvise. Wing it. They're celebrating while people down there.
A few years ago, the Hex Gates opened their ports to the world and
Few
made
years
Piltover
ago.
prosper beyond anything we could have ever imagined. We've created something new for you. Something that's
He can't decide what to do?
that we will share with you when the time is right.
Damn. Erring on the side of caution. I think Victor wants to push forward.
Last year, didn't he launch a blimp halfway across the continent?
Airship, actually. An airship has a rigid metal hull. It's not a blimp.
It's a balloon, ain't it?
Sure as hell looks.
Oh, shoot. That sounded odd.
I set the building on fire by accident.
Wow.
By accident. Goodbye.
Oh my god. She's doing this to distract and then do what? To impress Silco. God damn it.
The gemstone is gone, along with some of our research papers.
Oh shit.
No one in the Undercity has claimed responsibility.
Wow.
I have come before you to recommend that we suspend all Hextech operations until the situation is resolved.
Wow.
Including our laboratories, the refinery, and the Hex Gates.
Without the Hex Gates, my goods cannot reach foreign markets till winter. Am I to tell the Noxians their next shipment of wine will be vinegar?
It's
Councillors,
wine.
it appears we are at an impasse. If we shut down the Hex Gates, the city will suffer.
Right.
But if we do nothing, we leave ourselves vulnerable to malefactors.
Right.
More lives may be lost. I propose that a new chair be brought forth, and that House Talus be elevated to this august body.
What?
What?
Does the boy have any experience?
Only that of a scientist.
Jeez.
Like Heimerdinger.
I second the motion.
Well then, shall we vote?
We know how that one turned out. What happens when there's a tie now, though?
That's me! Half a dozen enforcers, dead! Enforcers, dead!
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Happy Progress Day!
Oh, man.
I've had a break in the case.
Shouldn't you be resting?
She's buff.
While the trail is hot.
Yeah, there's one thing I've learned about the Council. They need more than just theories.
Since when did you concern yourself with the Council's opinion?
Since I became a counselor.
He's serious.
Have they discovered how to govern with grease and a spanner?
Ha.
House Talus security. That's a ceremonial position. I'd live behind a desk.
I just want you to be safe.
Thanks. But I already have a job.
You don't. After the attack, your parents spoke to the sheriff.
Oh my god.
Get out.
He's doing everything he can, but it is a shitty situation. He would do anything for you, I think. We still haven't seen Vi. It's nearly been the whole episode.
I need to speak with one of the inmates.
Well, there's been an incident.
What kind of incident?
Oh, shit.
Not so pretty kind.
Who assaulted him?
Who assaulted him? Vi. She's here? In prison? Oh my god.
Who the hell are you?
Oh. Vi's in prison? Wow, what an incredible episode. What a great show. The time skip is definitely something I really appreciate. It would have been interesting to see the immediate aftermath of episode 3, but also I feel like we skipped to the part of the story that's so much more interesting. And I'm so excited to get into so much more of this story and how different everybody is now. They gave us some really fascinating reintroductions to our characters though. Jace and Victor have changed Piltover so much. It's the center for global shipping thanks to their Hex Gates. And Piltover looks remarkably like Lindblum from Final Fantasy IX with all those airships flying around the elevated city. But yeah, happy Progress Day. It's incredibly steampunked, really enjoyed that. And we see that Caitlyn's parents took Jace under their wing again. Seems like he didn't hold it all that much against them, that they abandoned him, and things are better with his mom as well. And he really owes Victor a lot for all of this, saving him from committing suicide and helping him actually get the answers he needed to make Hextech work. I'm growing to trust and like Victor more. If they wind up going their separate ways, especially if it's through betrayal, it's going to make it all the much more painful. But yeah, it's interesting that Jace's face is everywhere, but Victor is just in the background, not nearly the same amount of fame or attention, even if Jace sees him as a partner. And part of it is Jace was already in the news from the explosion. Part of it is Jace's camera perfect face. But Victor himself doesn't want the spotlight. When Jace suggests they go together, Victor shies away and says, not in front of them. I think that's very particular wording, given the fact that I'm sure some people are shipping Jace and Victor together in a romantic relationship. But together they came up with this more refined version of the crystal, safe for everybody to use. Heimerdinger thought it could be unveiled in time, after a decade or something, and Jace has the choice to make at his speech, and he chooses to keep it hidden. And it works out well for him because it gave Heimerdinger the confidence to back him up as a counselor. And we did get to see that gauntlet, though, that Jace was showing off. No shot Vi doesn't get to use that at some point, right? She has to. Jace said the mining colonies can work faster and without fatigue using that. And what do you think, they'll make more money because of it? Probably not. Not blaming Jace for that, of course. But then there's also the Hex Claw, Doc Ock's arm, but with lasers. And I get why they're frustrated with not being able to implement their ideas, though, because Heimerdinger is, give it a decade of refinement, and I get he's cautious because of what happened with him and magic, but he's also 300-something years old. 10 years for you is not the same years as 10 years for them. Oh, and Jace gets to be friends with Caitlyn again. I was so sad last episode when they couldn't talk anymore, but I'm glad the situation has changed. Unfortunately, she's become an enforcer. I mean, yes, there are probably some differences between enforcers in Piltover and cops in real life, but the hierarchical system is just as pronounced. It is essentially her job to keep the Undercity in its place, and of course, in the United States, the police force originated to patrol people who were enslaved, so how could it ever become a force that protects all communities? And I mean, Caitlyn's still very young, she might not have known what she was getting herself into, she's definitely very sheltered because of her rich upbringing, and the whole reason she joined the Enforcers in the first place was to see the world, so I don't see any bad intent coming from her joining the Enforcers. And I mean, there are a lot better ways to see the world than being a cop, but she grew up as part of a society that is protected by them, so she sees them in a positive light. And she has good instincts, though, with her detective work, until Marcus pulled her back because it would have exposed him. But she's kicked off the force anyway because her parents pulled her out of it after Jinx's explosion. But wow, her scene in that tank top, she's a little jacked and I'm really digging it. But before all this, back in the last episode, I think Grayson was sheriff, but it seems like Marcus has taken over that role and he's extremely corrupt working with Silco, so the whole force is compromised in one way or another. Even if there are enforcers who would want to take Silco down, Marcus would never allow that to happen. And even if he never intended for the consequences to be so dire, we still haven't seen him turn away from Silco in any way. There's another group here, though, the Firelights. I'm not sure if they're just... It seems like they're vigilantes. They're trying to disrupt Silco's shipment of Shimmer. Say that 5 times fast. Silco's shipment of Shimmer. It's hard. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the Firelights. They have to be from the Undercity, I feel like. Because everybody in Piltover that knows about these shipments is bought and paid for. And I doubt people on the surface generally even know about Shimmer. And the way the Firelights dress is also more Undercity as well, and their goal is to destroy the Shimmer, not to use it for themselves. So it's likely a group that agrees with wanting to push back against Piltover, but not in the way that Silco does. And also, yeah, Silco's not just hoarding Shimmer, he's also shipping it elsewhere. I don't think he's arming other people within his own ranks that are present in other cities. I think he's much more concentrated on Piltover to care about what happens elsewhere. He's probably just doing it for the money to fund his operational needs. We also never found out exactly why Marcus is working with Silco in the first place. He didn't want Grayson to die, and Silco threw the plan down the drain, and yet there's no sign that Marcus stopped working with him. So maybe it's the money that's too good. I'm not sure. Marcus also locked up Vi. He saved her life last time, and I was like, oh, I wonder where she is. We haven't seen her all episode, and it turns out he put her in prison. On what charges, though? Did he blame the explosion of Jace's apartment on her? I feel like Caitlyn would have known more about Vi if that were the case. But it's possible he just threw her in prison with no trial or anything, because nobody was looking for her after all. Vander, Milo, Krager are gone, and Powder, Jinx, I guess, isn't looking for her either. Damn it, Powder. I keep wanting to call her Powder. And seeing Jinx like this, she and her story are so compelling, but at the same time, I just want her to be Powder, to get to be a kid. And now she's this kind of terrifying killer. The way she moved around in that basement of the ship kind of reminded me of a moment in The Last of Us Part 2. If you've played it, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Jinx has made a name for herself among the Undercity and even in Piltover. I don't even know if they all know what she looks like, but people definitely recognize the monkey symbol, and they fear her. And her toys definitely work now, and we already knew that she was a sharpshooter, so she's very, very dangerous. She killed a lot of people in this episode. And she knocked off the mask of one of the firelights and saw the pink hair and immediately went to thinking about Vi, which is so painful, very emotional. Powder's still in there though, because even though she said she's not my sister at the end of the last episode, there are obviously still feelings there. Like, Vi took care of her, protected her for so many years, and Powder still loves her and is confusing Jinx. I'm not going to go as far as to say that there are split personalities, but it clearly shook Jinx a lot to see that woman. And Jinx wound up losing control, started shooting up the whole ship with a Gatling gun. And then her relationship with Silco is creepy as heck. Like, he molded her into a weapon, and it's definitely not sexual tension they share when she's all up in his lap and everything, but I don't know, it feels wrong. Like, if it was an actual father-daughter relationship, it would be okay, but his exploitation of her makes it just horrible and all types of creepy. Like, the proper thing would be, I mean, if he was doing the proper thing, he would have never took her in the first place, but he should have set some boundaries, but he's happy to set none and have her attached to him as much as possible so that he can manipulate her. Things are more difficult for Silco now, though, after Jace and Victor worked on the Hex Gates, and Jinx is super powerful, but is also a loose cannon. God, that doll she made of Milo and Kragger, she's... oh, so unstable. And that's what's wrong. I think Silco sees that she's unstable, and he enables it because it's what's got her to come to him, and it's what he thinks will keep him in control of her. And I think that's the most screwed up part about that relationship. And yeah, Jinx is desperate to not be weak. She wants to be useful so that she's not abandoned again, which is really heartbreaking. So she went up and blew up some enforcers and stole the refined, stable gem for Silco. And I think that'll definitely speed up the process of him striking back against Piltover. But yeah, Jinx right now is just really chaotic evil for sure. And what I'm hoping is that with time, she can maybe get back to chaotic neutral. I feel like chaotic good is asking too much and too much to hope for. But yeah, the episode ends with Caitlyn going to see Vi. That's going to be a lot of fun. Free her, please. Free her. You're not working for the police anymore. It's not illegal in the sense of it goes against what you're supposed to do for your job. It's just illegal in breaking somebody out of prison. I obviously don't want Vi locked up anymore. She doesn't deserve to be locked up. But yeah, damn it, this show is so good. I can barely believe how good it is, and I can't wait to watch more. Alright guys, if you stuck with me for this long, thank you so much. You guys are great. Full reaction is going to be on Patreon in the link in the description below. Leave a like, really helps the channel, and I'll see you guys next week with more. Bye friends.